Hello, guys. Welcome back to the episode with Dave. I'm making an introduction because we just stopped this episode. We kind of cut it in two pieces because it's long. It's a great. It's 2 hours. It's incredible podcast sales material. This is gold. So let's continue with the conversation with Dave. Because we all can easily overpromise, and it's so easy to under-deliver it. If you don't deliver it first time, they might not even talk about it. So it's better not to have a good experience than having good and then bad.
Yep.
It
Absolutely.
messes up a big. I now understand why you're saying that. So true.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, okay. So someone walks through the door, right? First impressions are everything. You have the sign up. You need to make sure that you greet them by name, right?
Mhm.
If I know that I have an appointment at 5 o'clock and somebody comes in that looks lost in the sauce, I'm going to assume it's Andre. So I'd say, Andre, hey, pleasure to meet you. Good to put a face by a name. And then what I do is I call it, we set the expectation. So I want you to have a complete layout and understanding of exactly the process that we're going to go through. Andre, welcome to Soldier Fit. We got a great day planned. First, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you around, get you a feel of the place. Then we're going to put you on your metabolic assessment scanner. After that, we're going to go into the office. We're going to review. We're going to start helping build out a plan, go over your goals. Then what we'll do is we'll go over the program and you'll figure out which one works best for you. Sound good? Sounds good.
Yeah.
Great. Done. Now there's like no surprises. When I bring Andre in my office to like go over his metabolic assessment, I'm not like secretly luring him into my lab. Like he's like, where are we going? Why are we going to this creepy guy's office? Like he understands the purpose of why we're going in there. And he understands that he's going to choose the program that works best for him today. So he understands that he's going to sign up for the membership, right? And we call that an assumed sale. An assumed sale, right? Non-passive words throughout your tour and the way that you speak to somebody is so, so important. I tell my team, everybody who comes from the door is joining the program. They are signing up for a membership. So there's no ifs. There's no if you join the program, Andre, when you do this. It's a formality. At this point, you've already made the decision to join our program because I'm confident in that. So I'm going to speak to you as if, one, you're going to sign up or you're already a member. And I'm just kind of taking you through the process. Very simple.
Whoa, amazing. I mean, my mind goes back to objections. Like, how do you handle it, and how do you teach somebody to handle it?
Yeah, this is probably the number one question that I get. And this is what I tell everyone. We'll dive into objections too, but most salespeople want to know that one thing. How do I overcome objections? It's actually the wrong question to ask. It's how do I get less objections? Because if I meet salespeople and they're getting all these objections and having to overcome them, I'm going to say, dude, you're messing something up in the sales process. You shouldn't have to be so good at overcoming objections. You should be so good that you're not getting objections. So there must be something in the sales process that you're missing. You're not building credibility. You're not building enough trust. You're not building enough value around the program, because by the time you get to price, it should be a formality. It should just be a yes, I'm choosing this program. There shouldn't be all this back and forth. And then there's obstacles versus objections, right? For those that don't know, an objection, as I define it, is post price prezzo. An obstacle is something that's holding them back an issue before you get to price. And I think a lot of salespeople are timid to ask the hard questions and overcome these obstacles. And so they hope they never come back up, and then it comes to bite them in the ass. So this is during our IP or your PAR-Q, right? This is your Q&A process that you're going to overcome these obstacles. And this is just you finding out more information from the individual, right? What are your goals? And again, we talked surface level versus deep. Talked about with building value on the phone, it's the same in person. If you tell me you want to lose weight and get more tone, like that's not a good enough answer. That's not going to bring enough pain. It's not going to build enough excitement. I'm not going to be able to help you on that. So I need to dig a little bit deeper. How much weight do you want to lose? How long have you been X amount of weight? What impact has that had on your life in the past 6 months? Are you avoiding certain things because of X situation, right? When was the last time you were 30 pounds lighter? Like, how'd you feel about that? What happened between then and now, right? Are we going to utilize those things as an obstacle from reaching your goals? Or are you going to make sure that those excuses are not something that you do. Like, how important is this for you? So again, it's Q&A. And one of the biggest mistakes that people make during this part of the process is they try to sell too early. So again, in the beginning of the sales process during this Q&A, you are not to sell at all. You're not highlighting your program. You're not telling them how great you are. This is about the prospect across from you. And it happens very innocently. So what will happen is if I'm asking Andre all these questions and I'm saying like, what's motivating you? I just need a place where there's a group of people and there's a coach that can push me. Salesperson's light bulb goes off and they're like, oh, Andre, that's exactly what we do here. We have coaches and we're going to help push you and everything like that. So like their sales defense is going down. Now all of a sudden you brought it back up, right? You want to save that information for later. You just want to nod your head. Okay, write it down. And then later when you're giving them the tour, you say, Andre, one of the things that most people love about here is like the accountability that we deliver, and the motivation that our instructors give. And the fact that, our utilization rate is X%. And, our average member loses 20 pounds in the first 6 months. They're going to say, oh shit. Okay. Accountability is what I need. Motivation is what I need. Top tier instruction is what I need. They're going to connect the dots. You don't need to do it for them. Like you don't need to blatantly tell them. You guide it and then they connect the dots.
If you tell them it's information, if they tell you it's a fact, it's truth. It's much better if it's coming from them as a conclusion and lead with a question. Answer question, not with a statement. Just hold it back. And if you have to answer it with a question.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't know how they're leading you. Right.
Exactly.
Oh, do you do it in a group environment? I was like, yeah, interesting. Instead of saying, yes, we do, knowing you tell the answer, they might say, oh, I don't like the group environment. You don't know why they're asking questions. You got to clarify that question back and understand what's behind it, what's motivation of them asking questions. The best way is answer a question with a question. Go deeper understanding why. You'll be perceived as an expert, not just a sales guy who's using opportunity to say, yeah, we are the right fit.
Yeah, you got me. You have to, it sounds evil, but you have to dig into the pain. Like if you see a pain point, you have to stick your finger in, just dig it deep.
7 layers down.
It's for their benefit. Again, people are going to make change when the pain is strong enough with their current feelings. But if you don't get to that level, they're never going to truly feel how they're feeling right now in order to take the next step to make the pain change. So you have to spend time to dig into that pain. It's very, very important. As humans, like we're coddlers. We want to coddle people and make them feel better about themselves. That's not what you want to do in this part of the process. You need to unearth that pain as deep as you can go. Again, pain to then possibility. The wider you bring that gap, the more likely it is that they're going to sign up. But if there's no gap between pain and possibility, it's not going to be enough to make that decision. Pain, possibility. The wider the gap, the better opportunity for the sale.
And do this from the right purpose. We're all doing this so we can help them, guide them, get them to results they're looking for. And this pain is the one that you're already experiencing. In the moment that they start saying about it, go to Tony Robbins' UPW event. Day 3 is the day you will never forget. It's the day 3 that's called Transformation Day, where things happen. He used Dickinson process. And Dickinson process is going deep into your motivation. You already make a decision on day 1. You're justifying on day 2. Day 3 comes in. And you are anchoring it and you're committing to that decision like never before. This is extreme experience. And I say extreme, it's because it really works. He changed the lives of so many people, from suicidal people to broke people becoming successful to, changes left and right, but it is coming from the heart. I know you need a solution. Without you solving problem, you'll never get it.
Yeah. I think we can all agree, like anybody listening to this who is a gym owner believes in fitness, right? They want to help people. They wouldn't have invested thousands and thousands of dollars into a business if they didn't already believe that they wanted to help people, right? But in order to do it, like there are strategies and things that you have to put in place in order to help people to be successful as a business. And that's exactly what we're talking about now, right? And going over. So, I think it's important, obviously, to understand the why and unearth that. But also, as you said, like understand that there's a greater purpose to this, right? This isn't just to put more money in your pocket. It is to change lives. But
got it. And you said, like, we are at the moment, let's say you collected a sale, you make sale. What happens after? What's the post-close process?
a great question. And this is one that a lot of people miss as well. We can dive right into this. That's fine. So post-sale is almost as important as current sale. So your referral system is all part of the sales process. Post-sales, typically you want to give them something tangible to take home with them, right? Whether it's a shirt, maybe it's a knickknack, something that they can take home. And then from there, you want to schedule them out at least their first week of workouts. Never let anybody leave without scheduling that next appointment. Every appointment to an appointment. Every appointment to an appointment. So once they leave, now they have a set date to come back. And we always do their first week. So always book everybody's first week. Now, if you're doing like a supplement sale or a nutrition upgrade, maybe you'll schedule them again for some sort of like nutritional goal settings consultation or something like that for the next step. So however you do your business, you build your follow-ups from there and you keep that cadence. And then from there, you should have some sort of automation in the back end that's going to check in with them every week, every 2 weeks, every month. If you don't have automations for like low usage people, maybe they don't show up for 10 days, they get an automated text message or an email. If you have the resources, you have a team member that's in charge of X amount of people that's making calls based on low usage if somebody's not coming in. So again, these are all part of like post-sale stuff. And then you want to celebrate and learn with your team. Like, especially if you're building a team, you want to review every sales process with your team member, whether it's successful or non-successful.
And that reinforce our mentality as a salespeople says, this is rewarding. I want to do it again. Without that last part, guys, this is a critical part. I'm so glad that you brought this up. It becomes a job. It becomes things that you have to do instead of want to do. Brain needs a level of satisfaction. And celebration is a part of this. There's so many studies left and right that makes people trainings from Marines to greatest experts starts with reinforcing this results even on a lower scale. It really works.
And if you want to minimize buyer's remorse, you want to minimize buyer's remorse from them as much as possible, right? And so there's a couple of ways to do it. You want to verify that they made a good decision. You know, hey, Andre, like, are you glad that you made this decision to take this journey to lose the next 40 pounds? Boom. Okay. Super excited. I know this was a tough one for you, man. I'm really, really proud of you. Now, Andre, I want you to understand, like, this journey is not going to be, it's not going to be easy, right? There's going to be some bumps in the road. There's going to be days that you're going to be tired, you're going to be sore, and you're not going to want to come in. You know what we do when those days happen? We come in anyway, right? Because again, we're building micro wins that's going to build discipline. And there's going to be times through this program you're going to want to quit and you want to give up. Don't. Okay? If you want a true impact, you will not give up. You'll push through those tough times. So now what I'm also doing is I'm setting the seed, because these thoughts are going to go through people's heads. And what happens for an individual is the minute that they make a commitment and they don't fulfill their personal promise, they've given themselves permission to quit. And once you give yourself permission to quit once, it makes it very easy to do it over and over again. And I explain that theory to people and they understand, because when that time comes that they're like, man, maybe I should give up, maybe I should quit, they're going to be like, shit, Dave told me not to. So I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit on myself.
He know it's coming. That means he know what I'm about to expect. He know his program. That means I got to stick to it. And he knows I'm not the only one, because he knew that many people face through this. It's not me, it's the process. So stick to it.
Yeah. And we talk about quitting. I'm kind of off topic, but not really. But like, people quit gym memberships, they don't quit relationships. So remember, like, one of the most important things that you have is your culture, your community, and your relationship with that person. So you want to make it as strong as possible.
Yes. Yes, that's totally true. One thing I found that you probably didn't even say it, but a lot of people will finish the sentences, oh, thank you so much for signing for memberships. Thanking them. What you said says, I'm proud of you. Congratulations for making the impact. The moment you embrace their decision as it's a great decision for them, forget about your commission and your sales quotas and stuff like that. I always avoid saying thank you for something you did for them. It's like they bought a house. You tell them thank you for buying the house. No, you congratulate people for buying the house. They made a call. They need to say, yeah, I did it. It's their accomplishment, not yours.
Great point. Yep. Absolutely. Nailed it.
And people ignore that.
Yeah. And so, I mean, obviously we jumped into the, post close and everything like that. I mean, there's tons of other strategies that we kind of missed and walked past.
Please bring me back. I should not.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I mean, we talk right on the tour. Let's just say you're giving a tour of your facility, again, non-passive language. You're connecting the dots between what their needs and wants are and what you have. You alluded to it before, like features versus benefits.
Mm-hmm.
You always want to connect the dots to what you have and why that is going to be a benefit to help them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the more emotional things that you have on your tour, the better, right? We're a very emotional company. We have deep ties to the military. We have Battle Cross Memorial. We have dedication plaques. Every room's dedicated to a fallen service member. So there's more than just stuff. There's a mission, there's emotion, there's a deeper purpose tied to everything that we have. And so I guarantee you have that at your gym. You just need to reframe it. All right. And then when you get back into the office to do your close, right, you want to re-verify that there's no obstacles or objections. You want to get micro commitments. So, okay, Andre, we got the workout taken care of. We talked about your nutrition. Just want to verify like those 3 days, like you can definitely make that commitment for those 3 days to come in. Like you said, 5 o'clock is going to be the time that you can come in. Yes. Great. Perfect. So again, micro commitments, schedule's not going to be an issue. Okay, great. Do you have any questions for me? And this is important. If they're not ready for me to go over the price yet, I don't go over price. So if I know that there's some sort of hesitation for there, I'm going to continue to dig deeper into that. But let's just say you're ready to go over price. I then go over price. I'm a big fan of a choice close rather than a yes or no. When I say choice close, I'm giving them option A, B, or C versus one option, yes or no. In a choice close, there's no option for no. It's A, B, or C. Which one works best for you? Which one do you want to get started with? And as soon as you ask that question, you're quiet. You don't say a single word. Next person that talks loses, right? And so what's going to happen a lot of times where most salespeople mess up, and we talked about this before, is like you start over talking things. There's that awkward silence. You're just a little unsure and you start talking. Don't. Stay quiet. Because here's what's going to happen. The prospect across from you is going to say, they're going to start thinking, they're going to talk out loud, right? And people that have been doing sales long enough know what I'm saying. They're going to start saying like, man, like, I think, God, I don't know if I can fit in my schedule. Man, it's kind of expensive. This isn't a permission for you to talk yet. Let them speak out loud. Stay quiet. I'm telling you, it works. This really, really works. They're going to be like, yeah, you know what? Like, I just don't know. And then they're going to ask a question, right? Because they want a way out. And the faster and shorter of your response, the better. They're going to say, oh, Dave, is it, so there's a 6-month commitment on this program? Yes. Then you're quiet again. What most salespeople do, they overtalk. Yeah, there's a 6-month commitment, but if you want to cancel early, you can do this. And then after the 6 months, it goes month to month. You just talked yourself out of a sale. There's a 6-month commitment? Yes. And then you're quiet again. I'm telling you guys, this is magic. Less is more. You will sell twice as many memberships if you just be quiet. He's going to go, you know what, Dave? Like, I'm here. Like, I got to do it. Let's go with this one. Boom. Welcome. Done. That's it. And then, right, this is another very important, small, minute thing. I say, congratulations. Welcome to Soldier Fit. Let me just finalize building your profile, Andre. Let me just have your ID, your driver's license real quick. And this is a key strategy. Most people ask for their credit card right away. And then there's that hesitation. Oh no, I got to give you my money, my credit card. But what happens is if you pull out your ID, where your ID is, your wallet is, where your credit card is. So I'm just taking that micro step to them feeling comfortable giving me something. Okay. Less route of resistance. ID is not a very difficult.
And they cannot make excuses. I forgot my wallet.
I got my wallet, right? It's there. So I grab the ID, I get everything. Most of the time when I ask them for their ID, they'll give me both. But I asked them for their ID and boom, boom, boom. And then I just say, okay, what card do you want to use? And then they just, oh, okay. And they hand me the card and I get everything entered in and boom, they're all set. So again, the most important thing for close, keep your close simple and do it the same every single time. And then just be quiet. Do not over talk anything. Your time to talk is done. It happened before. Now it's their time to answer. Ball is in their court.
And you got to think about how you do it and how your employees do it. Because guys, this is not advice. This is requirement. This is not a choice. It's a mandatory. This is like losing weight without food and exercise doesn't work. This is the same step. It's a make it or break it.
Exactly. Yep.
And you can try different approaches, but at the end, this is how it works. And if you did a good enough job before the steps, objections are already gone. The best objection is no objection.
Correct. Yeah. If you've done your job right, you will get very few objections. Right. And
sometimes I lead people to have objections I want them to ask. Like I set them up for objection. Like you prepare them for a punch. You open up to the opponents for something you know is going to come.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I had one of my coaching clients was having a problem with people freezing. He's like, why are we getting so many freezes? And I'm like, well, take me through your process. I was like, let me hear your sales pitch. He was using the ability for them to freeze as a benefit to their membership. So he had it written on their price sheet. And again, in his eyes, it's like, oh, this is a benefit. People will go out of town, they freeze. It'll help me close more sales. One, I don't think it does. Two, he's now planted a seed in their mind that freezing is a part of the process. And now they can freeze. And he was having a problem with freeze. So we took that out. Boom, his freezes went down 30%. Same thing with cancellations. I had another guy that was explaining the cancellation policy. So he has a month-to-month, a 6-month, and a 12-month option. And when he was talking about the 12-month option, he said, well, you can cancel early. Here is how, right? Here's the penalty. If you want to cancel early, here's how. And I'm like, you're just inviting them to be prepared for that, right? You're setting an endpoint or an excuse for them to be able to get out of it. Not only does that hurt you as a business owner, but is it better for them to cancel early, or is it better for them to be committed long-term to their health and fitness? So if you want to give them the best results, like you want them to stay with you longer.
Grease the way to get to your gym and put a friction on the way out. Referrizer is giving your gym a special 90-day free trial of the Reputation Max package. Oh my God. With this, you can get 3 to 10 times more reviews, automate everything, and even use AI to help reply to reviews, all while keeping your gym safe from bad one-star reviews. This offer is only for a short time, and it's available for the first 10 listeners of each episode. Go to topratedgym.com/3 free months to grab this deal. You don't help them out with their cancellation freezes and the revenue reduction, contraction, downsells, and so on. Make sure you kind of put that conversation on the side. This is not what you need to bring it up. And people says, okay, it's so easy to commit that the way, if you don't like it, you can get out thinking this is going to benefit me in the sales process. No. It does not.
Yeah. So we ran through a good amount of stuff. I don't know how much time we have on the podcast, but
let me tell you, I'm not going to stop this. I'm good on time because this is definitely incredible information. You know your stuff, man. You know your things. One thing I have a question in mind, and I don't know if it's a right place to do it, is, that first experience, that onboarding process. They committed. Now they're scheduled. You have them book in advance. This is all incredible tactics. I believe people listening to this now is like, oh my God, I'm passing this Spotify, podcast, YouTube link to my employees. We got to listen to this together. But, the whole experience is from the A to Z. It's not A to B. From the leads being presented, how you present your brand online, to how you run the programs, to all the way how you deliver the experience. But that first part of experience is so critical. Coming in, seeing their name, being prepared, it's absolutely setting up such a great expectations. How do you deliver it? Like, what's the onboarding look like in the first week or two or first 30 days? What do you have there?
Yeah. And so it all depends on the program that they choose, because we have higher level programs versus standard level programs. obviously you have to deliver on what you're promising. So your classes need to be everything that they say. We utilize nutrition and supplementation through people's programs. So they get a follow-up meeting with one of their coaches to talk to them about nutrition and supplementation. So again, whether this is another upsell opportunity for you to sell supplements, or if it's an opportunity for you to sell a add-on nutrition program, or an opportunity for you to sell personal training if it's something that you offered. Like, again, an appointment to an appointment to an appointment. Now, again, you can't just set up appointments over and over again with these people forever. You know what I mean? You just don't have the resources for that unless they're paying top dollar, $500 to $1,000. But most of the time you have some sort of thing that you are going to want them to cross-sell or upsell them to. So it could be a movement performance evaluation if you're looking to sell personal training. Could be a free personal training session in order to give them a taste of what one-on-one training looks like. Okay. And then you're utilizing this more individualistic approach to then sign them up for personal training. If you're not selling supplements, I'd recommend that you get them on some sort of supplementation, whether they're buying supplements from you or buying from somewhere else, because again, it's going to make them that much stickier. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if they're spending money on supplements, they're now more committed to exercise. All right. So not only the supplement's going to work and they're going to help them lose weight and you're going to look much better because the supplements are going to help, but it is a mental thing, right? No one takes their pre-workout and then decides, well, I took my pre-workout, I'm just not going to work out today. Like, they took their pre-workout, they're going to work out, right? When they get their supplements, it's another reminder for them to show up to the gym.
Yeah.
So if you want to increase retention, supplementation, in my opinion, is a huge, huge opportunity for you to do that. And look, they're buying supplements from somewhere. Would you rather like some 16-year-old kid at GNC that doesn't know what they're talking about sell them supplements? Would you rather guide them into some supplements that you as a gym owner have researched and understand and have control over?
And think about a follow-up effect. They're going home, they're doing their BCAA, supplements for recovery. They're taking protein shake, they're going in the cabinet, and every time each item is a trigger for the gym. So it's trigger for conversation with their spouse, kids, members, friends. Every time they open the cabinet, it's a reminder, what do you need to do? It's not only about helping them reach the goal, that's number one, but it's consistent reminder about what are you doing and conversation started with others.
Yeah.
And they're spending money anyway, so why not there?
Exactly. And why not giving them quality versus against somebody at GNC shoving GNC brand? I'm not knocking GNC. I'm sorry, GNC for whoever.
No, but you're right.
You get my point, right?
My first experience in gyms when I started going to the gym, man, if it wasn't up to pre-workout, probably I wouldn't create the habits. Sometimes I feel lazy. I got up, you feel sleepy, and I just tell myself, just take pre-workout. And then since you got jazzed up for a workout, you gotta go because you can't stay still without burning it out. So it is reinforcing those actions. So supplementation is a key part of that.
Yeah. And then again, follow-up wise, you're asking kind of what our thing is. Again, I talked about this before, some sort of automation that's built into the back end where you can use, whether it's AI or just auto-generated emails or text messages that are following up with these people, after their first workout, after their first week, just checking in with them, seeing how things are going, how everything is. You have automations, again, I'll re-say this, for low usage if they're not showing up. Birthday automations, you should have something set up that's delivering them something for their birthday. Maybe it's 50% off the pro shop. Maybe it's a free something. Maybe it's extra guest passes, whatever that is. Again, you want to wow them over and over and over again, right? You're setting events. I mean, studios are the best at this, right? They have challenges and events. And again, you're spacing this out through the year, right? During the times of the year where you know that people are going to come in less, you want to run some sort of like utilization challenge. It's going to get people engaged in more into the facility. On all the other times, like you have your referral, your refer and receive. There's competitions, different things like that. During your holidays, October, Halloween's coming up, right? Or do you have a costume contest or costume party set up at your facility? Are you doing things outside of your facility with affiliates and partner? Boot Camp and Brews, right, is a thing that we do often. We partner up with a local brewery and we invite our members over there. It creates that camaraderie, and that community, but also allows us to generate more leads, right? We talk affiliates and partners. So there's all those little things that you're also running on the front end and the back end. It's just, from a retention standpoint.
And it's bringing up more of that business into their mind, because they need a reminder. This is not a to-do on a daily basis. This is a lifestyle. This is a conversation starter. This is what people will change from just going to the gym to building a community of people who are health oriented. I have a friend that we talk about supplements. My cabinets are packed with supplements, and I research and exchange my notes, and I see what's good, what's not good, what's in the role of helping us. Because next topic is longevity. It's not about workout. It's about quality of the life, about how well and long we live without diseases. And if people are getting aware of that from the wellness, from the fitness, from both perspectives.
Yeah, we do. I didn't mean to cut you off, just popped in. We do something called WOW gifts. So our trainers are allocated $250 a month to just give random gifts to members.
No way.
For no reason, right? They're, again, giving them a gift on their birthday is great, but giving them a gift for no reason is just way more powerful, right?
Man.
Hey, Andre, you know what? Like, I see you've been coming in a ton, and I appreciate your hard work. I got something for you. And most likely your trainer should know more personal information. Maybe I know Andre loves the Boston Red Sox, and so I'm going to get him a Red Sox hat. Like, just an Amazon gift card is, you're at the surface, right? Let's dig deeper. Let's find out more about these people. And I think, Andre, you alluded to it. Man. Like, again, for a gym to go through this, it might not be worth it. But, when you're onboarding someone, you could have some sort of Q&A, personal Q&A of stuff that they really like and is important to them. And you could save that on their profile, so that if you ever want to look back at it, you then know like what a good gift for Andre is. And like,
open listening skills as well. They want to understand. They want to get. They want to ask a personal question. How many times did it happen that people reciprocate back? Did they give something back to trainer? Did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, they probably do in an X period of time. We haven't had it where someone like gives them something back immediately there on the spot.
Of course.
No
ABC gifts, guys. No anniversaries, birthday, and Christmas gifts. Like a random gift on random Tuesday, it's more appreciated because it's one out of none. Versus Christmas gift, everybody get 20 Christmas gift, and they're like, okay, it's 1 out of 20.
Yeah,
think about it.
We always try our hardest. We can't catch everyone, but if something monumental, from getting married or something like that to losing a loved one, if one of our members loses a loved one, we always send them some sort of flowers. We get a card that everybody signs and we give it to them. Like these little things when people are going through these personal moments in their life, man. I mean, you're not doing this for recognition. Like, you're not doing this for retention. You should be doing this just because you want to.
Culture.
You're not publicizing this. You're not taking a picture for the gram saying, hey, we got Susie a gift because a loved one passed. Like, you're just doing this.
Yeah.
I'm a true believer in the more you give, the more that you get, right? The law of attraction. Good things come to you.
Giftology website. I don't know if you know about it. It's a science of giving gifts. And it talks about what gifts are the best gifts. That no ABC, anniversary, birthday, and Christmas is one of the policies, but also they talk about gifts that have high frequency of interactions with. You can get an umbrella that's going to be used once in a blue moon, and maybe they'll forget it with others. Or maybe some coffee mugs that have a really empowering message, inspiration that goes related to them that they'll use on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Right. Something that you see that's coming up with that purpose. But I have not seen or get others to do gift strategies like you do. That's such a brilliant way, not only to empower people to get a gift, side note, but it's a conversation enhancement, really understanding what this person is and giving your employees some budget to act, to show a random act of kindness. Like, cool, I got you something.
Yeah. And you've made up a great point. It's not just for the power of the client. I mean, you had alluded to empowering your staff, empowering your employees. Like, man, it feels good for a trainer to
be best part of the job
and give out that gift, right? It makes them appreciate and enjoy working at your gym or your studio that much more when they have the flexibility and ability to do those things, and they can feel good about receiving the reward. Remember, your trainer is the one giving it. Your trainer is the one that is getting the thank you. Right? It makes the trainer then feel good. They're going to work even harder to help represent your brand and represent your mission.
And you can make SOP and ideas for that. People love pets. They'll say, oh, text me the picture of your pet. You can take the picture of the pet, put it on a socks, imprint it out for $27, ship it on. It's like, hey, is this your pet? Here, you can have it all the time with you, right? Like small things, such a thoughtful things don't cost money.
Yeah.
Some embroidery, some simple customized things can take you far.
Yep, 100%. And you, like you said, I mean, you have to have your systems and process in place.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this earlier, like nothing's worse than a bad experience than a good experience than a bad. So if you're just doing these things inconsistently, like, man, it's eventually going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. So just make sure if you're implementing these things, you're continuously doing it over and over and over again.
Whoa, man. Listen, we covered a lot here. This is, I got to tell people, 2 episodes. And I got to say, nobody in my podcasts after 120 episodes have shared such a nuggets and knowledge about sales and a process and whole structure like you did today. And I know it is going to be one of the coolest episodes to share between the members. And we didn't even scratch the surface, guys. There is affiliate program. There is a partnership program. There's other things that Dave does so well. And Dave, I got to ask you, where people can go to learn more? Like, I love sales. I read probably about 100 books about sales, listened to seminars, invested probably more than $500,000 in education across decade. Where do you get your knowledge?
Years and years of experience in doing it. I've invested hundreds of $1,000s in mentors. I read plenty of books, but the key is like to take action on them. There's nothing worse than just acquiring all this knowledge and then not doing anything with it. And then you have to teach it to others, right?
Yes.
Your knowledge needs to be passed down to others.
And somehow
So
you learn
listening
when you teach others, right?
Yeah, that's exactly how you learn, right? You soak it up, you learn more by teaching others. Just listening to podcasts. I mean, I'm a student of the game. You know, I'm never going to be too smart and never learning more. I listen to podcasts on the daily. I read books on the daily. I connect with good people on the regular. We talk sales, we talk shop. I do this for a living. I coach people all the time. So I love it. It's one of my favorite topics. I could do this all day long. And yes, there's a lot more stuff than we went over to unearth for sure.
And it's sales is a skill. It's not something you wake up in the morning and says, I'm going to do sales. It's a skill. It's a profession. It's understanding. It's a science. It's one of the areas where personal development is at the highest level. Mastering sales is not just selling membership. It's about really understanding how our brain works. And can be applied in everything around us. It can be applied when you're buying a car. It can be applied when you're in your relationship with your spouse or kids or partners or employees. It's all about the guidance and leadership. And sales is nothing more than leadership towards the right outcome, using the right words that move people. And that's understanding psychology, really deep psychology.
When I first started selling, I was awful. I mean, I worked out a lot. Basically just like muscling people to sign up. I didn't acquire any of it. It took me a long time to acquire these skills. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, holy smokes, like there's such a massive gap, like don't worry. Just incrementally get better day over day over day. But it's something that you have to continuously learn. You can't stop. Like you have to continually educate yourself on a regular basis. Never enough. Never stop.
It's never enough. Never stop. This is incredible. You mentioned during the podcast that you have people that you're helping with coaching. I don't know if that's the program you do offer. So somebody who's listening or not, don't want to throw something in the air but if there is, I would love to know if the people can reach out to you. Otherwise, people who are interested to joining your brand, either as an employee, franchisee, or member, how do they find more information about you, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always available. Email dposen@soldierfit.com. You can find me on Instagram, Dave Posen. You can check out our website, soldierfitfranchise.com. Any of those avenues, you'll be able to get in touch with me.
And I am short on words of gratitude for this. I'm consider somebody who really loves sales. Today, you didn't talk about sales. You talk about process of sales and getting down to exact topics, strategy, and tactics. And there's one thing you guys can feel from Dave is his passion for really fitness and delivering it. And we have this responsibility to do the right by the member. Dave, my God, I cannot say enough, but I appreciate you being here and sharing this incredible wisdom with the audience and our community.
It's an honor, my pleasure. I love doing it. Hopefully you guys got some good value and you guys can implement things right away. Change some lives.
Very good. Appreciate you, man. If you guys have any questions, comments, make sure you put it in the comment section. If you know somebody who struggled with sales, or if you have your employees, click share and send them over. And if you want to get in touch with Dave, don't be shy to do so. For everybody else, we are signing off. And until next episode, see you guys later. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
If you are a gym owner looking to become a top-rated gym in your area, visit topratedgym.com and grab our free 30-day reputation boost. That's topratedgym.com. I'll add it to the show notes for you. Don't forget to share this with your friends. Stay strong, stay motivated, and keep pushing your gym to the top. Until next time, this is Andre signing off.